Hey, core reporters, welcome back to my channel. Listen, as I'm sure you are well aware by now, Ryan Edwards, former Teen Mom OG star Ryan Edwards, has gone on Instagram once again to blast his estranged wife, Mackenzie Standifer, for cheating. He did this maybe 2 weeks ago, we're going to say, and then he went to the Sun to walk back his claims, only to go back ahead and put the exact same allegations out there, except this time add in some spicy photos, just like this one that you're seeing here. I edited it to really cut out the cleavage we were seeing before, but there was a lot, right? It was on his Instagram page. Instagram actually did take it out because I think that this falls into the revenge prawn category. So he really is playing with fire here. If Mackenzie is anything like me, she would probably go to the cops and get his booty charged with this, because this is absolutely wholly inappropriate, especially with the amount of followers that he has to post this sort of photo up about you with these sorts of words. So the caption is very, very derogatory and very degrading. So I do apologize in advance for the words that I'm about to use here. And also, I am so sorry, you guys, for my voice. I don't know how this happened, but I am starting to feel sick as a dog. Sick as a dog on a log. So it's just not cute. Okay, but here we go. This is what he said when he posted this photo. Why Instagram CUM dumpster that is married is bad. We need to evacuate and show what they look like. Don't remove. I don't even know what that means. I don't think even Ryan knows what that means, because this is not coherent English. This is just a mess that he's typing. I think he's just in a fit of rage and decided to type out just about anything he could find. So now, after that was posted, he did go on into his Instagram stories to add a couple more digs at Mackenzie. Here's something that didn't just dig at Mackenzie, but it was a dig at all poor people. He said that lazy people are soon poor, whereas hard workers get rich, which is pun intended, rich, coming from someone like Ryan Edwards, who has never really held down a job in his life, who is more, of the do drugs and not out type, rather than the go to work and, earn some coin type. So yeah, and he's been kicked off the show for a couple of years now. So he truly has not had a gig. It's crazy. So now afterwards, he posted what appears to be a journal that Mackenzie had written for him while he was in the midst of his sobriety struggle, in and out of rehabs and jails, presumably. So on the top of it, again, he uses very derogatory and demeaning language. Again, I apologize. I'm only going to spell it out because I feel physically repulsed even attempting to say this. So he says, being a CUM dumpster isn't in here. So sorry. Have you read this? It's called a Bible. A lot of marriage stuff. Maybe you missed that part twice now. So it appears as though this was a Bible that Mackenzie had gifted to him when he was really struggling with his sobriety. So she had written, Ryan, search for and find your truth here, and you'll always find the right path. I love you very much. Thank you for leading our family in the right direction. Love you always, Mackenzie Edwards. So he scratched out her name, Mackenzie Edwards, and wrote dumpster, C dumpster, Mackenzie C dumpster. How horrible. But it's almost, well, the idea that Mackenzie is talking about this man who can barely keep his eyes open half the time, leading their family. First of all, it's just, wow, shocking to me. How does this man who has never held down a job, how has he, seriously, it's a genuine question. If anything, I think it's Mackenzie who's been holding down the family. He couldn't even make it to the birth of his second son, Jagger, the one that he has with Mackenzie, because he was in jail at the time. He was constantly in and out of jail. So on what planet does that constitute leading a family? That's very bizarre, but I digress. So Ryan also did go on to write his own little response in the bottom in pencil, in all caps, saying, no, thank you for walking out on what is now my, I don't know what he says at the very end, on what is now my blank. I don't know. If any of you guys can see what it is that he said here, let me know what you see, right? It kind of feels like it was kind of scratched out at the end. Oh, or maybe it's his family. I see an F. So maybe he said walking out on my family. I don't know. But right there on the left, you guys, holding open the Bible is his very, 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 very dirty thumb. I don't know why his thumb would be this dirty because, again, he does not work. Just the idea of that thumb being anywhere near me would gross me out. So the fact that Mackenzie was able to, and his fingers and hands have consistently been this filthy. I remember talking about it a lot when he was still on the show and I would recap it. So the idea that Mackenzie has stuck around for this long with his lack of hygiene is quite impressive. Because again, listen, if you're doing a very manual job or whatever, yes, your hands are going to get greasy and stuff, but you're going to go home and you're going to go wash them. But his hands are dirty like this for no reason, no apparent reason, and that just keeps me out. And the last thing that he posted was, again, another misogynistic dig at his wife and the mom of 2 of his kids. And it's a video that says, "How did you attain this life?" And so the woman's hand covers up the rest of the letters in a word and just leaves 2 letters, H-O. Ho. So ho life. So he's really going in on his wife. But again, listen, I do not feel bad for Ryan Christopher Edwards because Ryan Christopher Edwards consistently cheated on his wife early on in the marriage. I had several videos about this full of receipts and whatnot, and he was very shameless about it. So was he a CUM dumpster when he was doing that? Because women, we CUM too. So is that what he is too? I want to know, right? Like I don't see him publicly repenting and referring him to himself in that respect. It's just weird that all of a sudden that's something that Mackenzie needs to be called for doing the exact same thing that he did before. Is he a hoe? In my opinion, yes, but I've never seen him claim to be a hoe. So until he repents himself and calls himself these disturbing and degrading words that he's calling his wife, and until he releases his own photos, because remember, when he was cheating on Mackenzie, we had screenshots of him choking his snake. Why don't you go put up those photos of yourself, Ryan? Because everything she's done, you've done already, and you've done 10 times worse. All I'm seeing here is a little bit of cleavage, which really isn't all that scandalous because, you know, you can't see it now because I'm not wearing a scandalous outfit or, you know, but like it's very normal for a lady's outfit to go down, to plunge a little bit. So this to me is not even all that damn dramatic. Okay. So it's not like him sending a full out raw DP, DICK, PIC. And I don't understand what that has to do with the idea that lazy poor people are poor because they're lazy. Rich people are because they work hard. Because Ryan, when have you ever worked hard in your life? Just get the divorce. You did say that you were going to get it 2 weeks ago, but you didn't get it. Instead, what you did was run to the sun and backtrack on your claims against Mackenzie. And now here you are putting them back out there. So according to some of you out there, Mackenzie has gone ahead and deleted wife from one of her bio titles on Instagram, and she's also deleted very recent photos with Ryan. Here's why I'm saying according to you guys, and I'm not pulling it up and sharing the screen like I did before. Remember in my initial video about this, I said that I was pleasantly surprised to find out that I was not yet or not blocked on Instagram by these people. So I made the video, I shared the screen, we looked at all of this together, and guess what? I posted a reel about it. And people started tagging this guy and this girl in my content. And then guess what? I got blocked by them. So I had no idea that this stuff even came out until recently when some of you wonderful people, good Samaritans, tagged me in it. So I was like, oh, thank God that people tagged me in it, but I'm blocked. So now here I am having to follow these people from my personal account, which is the last thing I want to do. I'm going to have to start blocking people who do that. You know, I used to just delete the comments when they would like tag people for no reason, but now it's Blockville because I'm really over that. You know, I'm like, ew, I don't want these people on my timeline. On my personal timeline, I want to see my family. I want to see my friends. I want to see like funny ratchet like things. You know what I mean? Do you think I want to see this when I wake up and I'm trying to drink my green tea in the morning? Little rant there, but listen, you guys, what do you think about this? Is he finally just going to go ahead and get that divorce? I think that this truly is the end. There is no coming back from this. Yes, he has disrespected Mackenzie several times before, but at this point, I think it's a touch too far. I do also wonder if we're going to get information about who these people are that Mackenzie has been hooking up with, because we're messy. Well, at least I am. And I want to know. don't you want to know who this person is? I want to compare them to Ryan, see how they stack up next to Ryan. Guys, let me know what you think about all of this. It's very, very messy. It is very sad that there are several children in the midst of this. We've got her son Hunter, we've got Ryan's son Bentley, then we've got the children that they've shared together, who are Stella and Jagger. So there's a total of 4 children who are going to be affected by this divorce. And in the teen mom world, what happens when people break up and move on to new partners? More babies come along. More babies come along, but typically these babies come along before these people even know whether the new partner they're with is viable or not. So you get these new babies, and then eventually those relationships break up too, and then both sides start having new. So I feel like this family tree is about to go from 4 kids to a big orbit of my guesstimation is going to be 6 minimum. 6 minimum, but 8 most likely. But I don't know. That's just a guess from my perspective. I do feel as though Ryan is going to be able to pull another woman. And I know you're wondering, how is Ryan going to be pulling another woman? I should have pulled a photo of him. Do you guys remember the last time we saw him on the show? He was out there looking like the Unabomber. He was like all like disheveled with all the gray hair. Listen, a lot of women like notoriety. It doesn't matter if you are nodding out. Look, Mackenzie is a great example of this, right? It doesn't matter if you are nodding out. It doesn't matter if you're already a deadbeat to your kids. They like notoriety, and they will continue to go for that. I don't know that Mackenzie is going to have the same luck in that respect, but I do think that she still can pull another guy. I just don't think it's going to be a guy searching for notoriety or anything like that, because she was a +1 of a +1 on a show, not the star or the +1. You know what I mean? She's like two degrees of separation from stardom. So I don't really see that for her. But again, I can see her totally like finding a new guy, getting remarried for the 3rd time, and having at least 1 other kid, likely 2 more kids as well. And I see Ryan, maybe he won't marry again, but I do see him having more kids in the future. So this is going to be quite wild in typical teen mom fashion. Anyway, I have spoken a little bit too much. So I'm going to leave this here for you guys to let me know what you think about everything. Can they come back to the show and kind of like break this down for us? Do you think he's going to continue to speak about it? Is he going to go back to the Sun, except this time drag her up and down the Sun's news pages? Let me know everything that you're imagining in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.